What's up, guys? So I wanted to start with a little commentary because this exercise is an exercise that a lot of people hurt themselves with, and they go way too heavy, way too soon with horrible form. So first of all, you want your feet hip width apart on the ground, and you want your hands to slide up and down your thighs just on the outside of your legs. So just ergonomically correct. And you want to make sure that your back stays totally flat. Do not bend your back at all in the lower lumbar area. As soon as it starts to curve, then you're going down too far and you don't have the flexibility in your hamstrings. But, if you don't have the flexibility in your hamstrings at this time, you'll get it. So just stick with it, do it right, don't rush. And you'll definitely end up surprising yourself and being able to keep your back flat, and your range of motion will be a lot deeper in the future. So just remember that it's not fun pulling out your lower back. Trust me, I've done it before, and I just don't put myself in those positions anymore. You learn from your mistakes. Remember that your head is an extension of your spine as well, so as you go down, you want to look at the ground, and then as you come up, you can look at yourself in the mirror. Try not to look at yourself the whole time in the mirror. I know, it's hard. This is probably one of my favorite exercises for my booty. And I've excelled a lot with this one, I feel, and this is kind of what's made my butt grow, I would say. For the setup, you want to definitely make sure that your feet are about hip width apart, whatever feels comfortable. You don't want your feet too wide or too narrow when you're starting out. Once you get good at this move, you can kind of experiment, but keep your feet about hip width apart. And make sure that your booty goes all the way to the ground and then right back up again. And really squeeze at the top. So you don't want to go too heavy at first either. And sometimes even if you go too heavy and you're a seasoned hip thruster, you might not be able to feel it as much in your glutes. So I did the band as well because it makes the exercise about 10 times as hard, and my butt was on fire. Also, something else that I see a lot of the times is people just go too heavy and the hamstrings will actually take over instead of using your glutes, so you're not getting the full benefit from the exercise. So go a little lighter at first.
You have spinach in your teeth. No. That was such a sweet, concerned look.
I guess I'm not doing the band. So as you can see, I just kind of readjusted my feet there because they were a little bit too far away from my glutes, so I wasn't able to get a good contraction. So you might need to kind of find what works good for you. Some people like their feet a little bit closer, and some people like them a little bit further away. It just depends on what you're going for. The further away your feet, away from you, you're going to feel it more in your hamstring. And the closer to your glutes, you'll feel it more in your glutes, but it might be a little bit more hard on your knees. So just kind of figure that one out for yourself and what works. And as you can tell, as I thrust up and as I bring my glutes down to the ground, I'm actually bringing my whole entire body, my upper torso with me. So I'm not leaving the back of my shoulders on the board and just bringing my back down, curving my back. You want to make sure that everything stays nice and straight so that you can use your back as a lever to thrust your hips up through the ceiling. So just remember to keep your back nice and flat. And the heavier you go, you're going to definitely want to use some nice padding, or else you're going to be thinking about how much pressure is on your hips instead of what's going on in your glute area. Okay, so a little secret for you guys here, if you don't already know, these are seated hamstring curls, and you're going to sit up nice and tall, back flat, shoulders down and back, and we're going to just go ahead and press all the way to our glutes, squeezing nice and tight. And this will actually get the glute hamstring tie-in. That is the area between your hamstring and your glute where they meet. Sitting up like this is how you execute that area and get your booty to lift. Enjoy the burn. Right after that, jump on the hamstring curl machine. You're going to lie face down, which is prone, and you're going to curl to your glutes, squeezing the same way you just did the last exercise. You're going to try to go nice and slow as much as you can with maybe a little bit lighter weight if you like, or heavier weight, but you'll probably be already burning from the previous sitting exercise. So this is just a good way to burn out the hamstrings and the glutes.
All right.